welcome everyone. Today we are joined by Amilani Perera, a designer celebrated for her unique collections that blend storytelling, heritage and contemporary design. Amilani, thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
Pleasure's mine. Thank you for the invitation. I'm keeping quite well. We are getting ready for the new collection launch, so quite excited.
Okay, so to start, who is Amilani Perera? Not just the designer, but the person behind the brand.
Well, Amilani, who's Amilani? Well, Amilani is a mother to begin with, and a wife. And behind the brand, I guess there's nothing to it. That's why I created the brand as well. What you see is what you get in terms of the brand. And that's why the name itself is Amilani Perera. The brand represents who I am and what I stand for. And apart from that, I'm just a mother, just a wife, just trying to save the day.
Okay, so when did you realize fashion was something you wanted to pursue seriously?
Oh, well, I'm one of those rebellic teenagers who wanted to become a fashion designer since I was 14 years old.
Okay.
Ever since, I've been very focused on what I wanted to do. I did drawing art for A-levels as well, just because I wanted to become a fashion designer, and because I wanted to do a fashion business. I did economics and business statistics as well.
Wow. Okay.
And then once I graduated from fashion school, I did my MBA in business because then I could tally both things up.
Okay.
And very focused.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just walk us through a typical day in your studio. How does an idea usually turn from fabric into a finished piece?
Typical day in my studio, like in Colombo, when I'm it's just morning meeting. I will just give a call to my manager. First of all, it's the call to manager. How's the day? When is the fittings are scheduled? Because we do the bespoke designs as well. And then I would rush to the production team, see how everything is run through. And then we grab all the fabrics, we work along what would work, what would not work. We go back to our, wonder wall with all the sketches and work on those. So it's a day in and out. Like I'm actually so blessed that I'm living my dream. It has been that's the day basically. And then meantime there'll be like a call from my son and my husband, so we'll be running around and getting things sorted on their end as well. And then voila, the piece comes out thanks to my team, to be really honest.
So where do you usually find inspiration, and how do these ideas turn into a whole collection? For example, with your new collection, Himagiri.
Okay, very interesting. So, like I said, what you see in my brand is who I am. That's why the name of the brand is literally under my name, self-titled brand. Day in and out, it's what I love. I love women empowerment. I love literature. I love Sri Lankan art history. I love international art history as well. But because I studied art, I'm really drawn to those art and history as well. So, for an example, now for this collection, which we are planning to launch this Friday at Kalam Fashion Week, we are planning to take a piece of my favorite literature piece called Maname.
Okay.
The Maname drama, which I am really drawn to it since I was a little child. But it's an adaptation of Maname drama.
Okay.
And because since I'm very powerful in terms of telling the storyline of empowering women, since I was a little girl, I always questioned the choices of what Maname princess had to go through. If you know the story, how it happens is that her father ask her to marry the favorite student, the best student, and then she's just pushed into this marriage. And then again, while they were walking down this jungle, then a bandit, aka Badda in Sinhala, he comes and says that, would you pick me if I kill your husband? She has always been pushed around in terms of question marks, and her choices have been always question marks as well, where they ask her to hand over a sword, and then it's always these men handling her in way that her entire life story is built around her father's choices, her husband's choices, and a random bandit's choice. So what I wanted to give is an adaptation of that. So Himigura is the name of the forest where they get accounted by this bandit. So what my adaptation for Maname, this beautiful story, is that that when she was asked to hand over the sword to kill the bandit, she chooses peace. Because she, in the narration, also in the drama, she says that she was never ever loved the prince, and she chooses peace. She says, "Don't fight over me. I need my peace," and she walks away without any blood shattering. So that's my adaptation, and I'm showcasing that on the runway this Friday. And so really nice. So I want the powerful storyline to come across, where she chooses her piece and she chooses their piece as well at the same time. And of course, we are using fabrications weaved by survivors of violence, because we have the partnership with the United Nations, and it's an ongoing partnership, and we want to bring that weave of their storytelling as well included in that. And a lot of prints, new prints. I'm really excited for this new print because all these details are embedded in the print. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, that sounds like a really nice collection by the sounds of it.
Thank you.
So when a collection is taking shape, how did you decide which elements, whether it's the narrative, fabric, or the technique, will define it?
So it's a little bit of everything. So let's say now the narrative of the story is Himagiri and the story of Maname Princess, my adaptation of Maname Princess. But then I decide, what should I do with that? How would I bring this forward? So then I start designing the prints. And at the same time, I decide on what sort of fabrics would work. So we are using a bit of synthetic leather at the end, where she becomes more of a warrior and she decides to live alone. We are doing some engraving, embroidery work, engraving, laser cutting. So we are introducing a new technique in the prints as well, in terms of texture. Prints are brand new, set of prints which go along with the story, where she becomes a naive girl from naive princess to how she transforms herself into one of these independent, steady women, knowing what she wants to be and how she wants to live her life. And at the same time, the celebration of marriage happens as well. So let's see. I hope you like it. I'm really excited to show this very well-loved storyline come to life on the ramp.
So clearly Sri Lankan heritage is very visible in your work. So how do you balance the traditional, either the traditional embroidery, the prints, or the crafts with like contemporary silhouettes?
So this is something which I think all of us as designers has to proceed, because even though we love the heritage, even though we have to move with time, and we have to, at the end of the day, somebody needs to wear your garment. Like I said, it has to be a business as well, otherwise I can't sustain my team. We have to be embedded with the contemporary line, what's happening in the rest of the world, and make it wearable at the same time. So that's why I always try to introduce prints, new fabrications, and apart from having few avant-garde pieces, we also make sure that we give ready-to-wear retail looks on the ramp as well, so that our consumers can project, okay, that's something which I would pick
Yeah.
from the collection.
Okay, so today your brand blends luxury, fashion, and social impact. So, how did this evolution happen for you?
Well, I've always been working with Sarodha. We have worked with a lot of entities. So then only this embarkation launched when we had this conversation about how we can proceed forward in terms of empowering women. And then there's so much I can give to these girls as well.
Yes.
Then only we decided I want to teach these girls the skills as well, and then make them be a part of the collection, and then have a storyline which would portray empowering women and try to showcase works which eliminates gender-based violence.
Yes.
Through fashion. So it has the journey has become nice and at a very great pace. Now that in 2024, from UNFPA Sri Lanka partnership, we expanded to UNFPA Asia Pacific partnership. And from there onwards, we started launching in Singapore the collection. Body Right Collection 2.0 we launched in Singapore. And now we have a registered brand in Australia as well.
Yes.
So now we have, since it's under the Asia Pacific brand, branch of UNFPA, it has been really good for us, even working on Makers Lane Runway, Melbourne Fashion Week collection. We infused these girls' work on the runway. So that was beautifully done. So it has become a steady journey with them. Since 2020, this would be our 6th year.
Okay.
So very excited with our ongoing partnership with the United Nations.
Yeah, and so basically, just as you mentioned that your work with the UNFPA involves survivors of gender-based violence, how do you honor their story? Is it through the fashion, the design itself, or is it because it's made by them? Because I think that was something like that with the MBFW collection as well.
Yes. So it's a 360 project where I teach them. I teach them fashion skills and what needs to be done for the next collection. Or let's say I give them a briefing on how they should weave the fabrics.
Okay.
And then they weave the fabrics and I teach them about the design aspect of it. And then those products come into our studio.
Okay.
And I create a collection which has a women empowerment or eliminating gender-based violence, which will portray. For an example, the collection which we showcased in 2022, I think, was the "What were you wearing?" question. Okay. The heel collection, which I wanted to show a direct link between fashion and gender-based violence. And this is a question which has been asked everywhere in the world, whether you're a developed country or a developing country. If somebody has faced violence, the first question they would ask from a woman is that, what were you wearing? Which has nothing to do with the violence which she has got attacked by, with the evidence. There have been girls who have got victimized wearing pajamas, from burqas, from saris, from swimsuits. You name it, every piece of garment, they have got. There are survivors who have got victimized by that, and that is a direct link with fashion.
Exactly.
So I wanted to bring that to the table, and that's one of those very memorable collections which I really love, which I showcased in Colombo Fashion Week. So like that, I try to infuse the storytelling at the same time the fashion aspect of it.
Okay. You've showcased both locally and internationally. So how have different audiences responded to your work?
Well, in terms of that aspect, I think I'm very blessed in that way, where the response has been amazing in Sri Lanka since we have started on this embarkation with United Nations. And the minute we launched it in Australia and in Singapore as well, I didn't expect that sort of overwhelming overwhelming, what do you call, expressions, positive expressions. It went to a fact that without my awareness, even RMIT University, they interviewed me. They invited me and they interviewed me about my journey. In terms of fashion. That is even before we launched the collection at Melbourne Fashion Week. So things like this happened within like an year's span of time since we registered our business in Australia. So the response has been amazing. I'm really blessed. I feel really blessed because given the fact that we are a very tiny country in the world map, and to be recognized in one of the biggest islands called Australia, to be recognized as a designer and as a sustainable social well-being designer was really amazing, and I'm very humble about the experience and truly blessed. So experience has been amazing both locally and internationally.
So as Sri Lankan fashion continues to grow, what excites you most about where it's heading?
Well, I think we have so much of talent here.
Yes, we do.
Whether it's designers, whether it's models, or the industry itself, we have such a good platform in terms of production, fashion production. There's a lot of growth in Sri Lanka, and there's so much to offer. Like I said, because I didn't expect this kind of boom in Australia. Once I landed, I actually gave it a couple of years to be very well established and to be known in that sort of manner. But that itself says a lot about our potential, I feel, internationally. And it's just not just our brand. There are so many other brands who have done really well internationally already, and they're showcasing in international platforms already in very established fashion weeks. So I think we are already there. It's a matter of just breezing it through.
So if you could design for anyone, past or present, who would it be and what do you think they would wear?
Like dreamt of. It will be my mother, because she passed away in 2010. That is as soon as I started my first job at Mars Holdings as a designer. So she never got the chance to see myself launching the brand, but she knew the crazy Ami who was like muttering, I want to be a fashion designer, and then she's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this, and send me to fashion school. But she never got the chance to see what I do in terms of my own brand. So I always wish I would do anything to dress her. But this is the reality.
What do you think she'll like to wear?
I want to dress her in a sari, one of my printed saris. She's one of those, a fun fact, I think she's the one who influenced me to love fashion at the same time. Because, she was a doctor. So fashion was the last thing on her mind, and she helped people. I think that kind of influenced me. But she used to dress me up so well when I used to go to kindergarten. One day, my kindergarten teacher actually called her in, and she has got so scared that I have done something naughty. And when she went there, she had apparently wanted to see how she dresses, because I'm dressed so well. And she had just been there like, typical my mom way of dressing. And she's a doctor, so she's last thing is like, what would I wear today? Rather than saving people. So, and they have been like, no, we just called to see how you dress. Well, and then she had been like, well, this is how I dress. So that's like a huge influence, I think. She used to match the ribbons and everything, but she was the last person who would match for herself though. So her being like the typical mom.
So if you weren't a fashion designer, what do you think you'd be doing instead?
I think I would do something humanitarian, something to do with empowering women, something which I want to take things global, Sri Lanka global in terms of humanitarian work, something like that. I'm really infused. Whatever it is, I would do something along that line.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've dressed so many people over the years. Is there a favorite memory or story with a client that's really stayed with you?
I don't know. All my clients are, it's like my babies. Like, I can't pick a favorite. If you say like pick a favorite collection, I would be like, oh my God, I don't know how to pick one. So it's the same. All my brides are so special to me. My clients are so special to me. Each and every piece are like my children. I really can't pick on that. I'm so sorry. But I wish I dressed my mom, that I could have it's more sentimental. But for me, everything just speaks to me when I work for each and every client. Yeah.
Okay. So when you look back at your journey so far, what has fashion taught you most about yourself?
I guess it brings the best out of me. Like, whenever I'm stressed, I would sketch. If I'm happy, I would sketch. I think it really brings the best out of me. I can be with my team is like my own family. Whenever I come down to Sri Lanka, the first visit is the team, and meeting them and sharing stories. It kind of brings a motherly figure out of everything I do. I'm truly blessed to be where I am right now, to be really honest.
Okay.
With my son, with my husband, with my team. I'm honored. I'm honored to be among this crew.
Okay, and I think you just mentioned that you couldn't pick a favorite collection or anything, but if you could leave behind either one piece or any collection for future generations to remember by, what would it be and why?
In terms of a memorable piece, it might come as a surprise because, like I said, the collection here, there was a segment which we portrayed in Kalam Fashion Week in 2022, where this girl wearing the hijab and the sari, and there were layers of clothing which she kept on removing just to portray these are the different clothing which girls have got violated in Sri Lanka. So the entire aspect of that whole outfit being removed was so memorable. And to top that, within those outfits, I did this silk school uniform.
Okay.
With a zipper in the front, like a jacket. She actually removes it because we had to think of the mechanism of removing it and then gracefully removing it and giving it to the model as well. And with a sequin tie, I created that piece. That kind of stays in my head all the time because I remember looking at the audience, and the audience just gasped when they saw the school uniform on stage. And that is not something which you see every day on a ramp.
Exactly.
And then she just gracefully removed the zipper and took it off. Because I think any girl, any woman can relate to it. I feel, because I think most of the women must have at least got a catcall wearing
the uniform,
wearing the school uniform.
Exactly.
And this is the most basic outfit which the school has given. And still
maybe one of the most boring ones.
The most boring basic uniform, you get catcalled. So that itself shows that it has nothing to do with what you wear. And it kind of I feel like it kind of stayed with the audience, and I felt it. So I really love that piece. It's not the most embroidered,
just signals a very powerful moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I really like the aspect of that whole changeover, and that piece really stands it's stuck on. I think it's stuck on. That feeling is stuck on.
Okay, great. So that was a look into Amilani's world. Thank you so much once again for being here. It has
Most
been
welcome.
wonderful talking to you.
Most welcome.
Don't
Thank you.
forget to check out her latest collection, Himagiri, and until then, see you next time.